Hey, subscribe. Hey, guys, this video is really important. I'm gonna make it short. People are forgetting. People sending me a lot of messages about, oh, how do you compose your workouts? How do you know what to do, what not to do? I mean, you walk into a gym, it's easy to get confused. You see a lot of machines, a lot of weights, a lot of exercises that you saw online, and you're thinking, man, what should I do? And you only have about 40 to 45 minutes because you don't want to, overtrain and shit like that. Then you want to be healthy. You don't want to go to Snap City because you've been there already too many times. You didn't like what you saw. So it's kind of hard to, have the perfect workout when you have all these choices. Well, it's just like nutrition. First, you gotta understand what phase are you in. Are you bulking or are you cutting? I always tell people that before you even pick a workout, you gotta know what phase you're in. Somebody who's cutting should not be doing what somebody who's bulking is doing. If you're bulking, you should be hitting them heavy ass weights, going between 8 to 10 reps. I say 6 to 8 reps if you like really trying to put on size. If you're cutting, you be doing 15 to 20 reps. I don't care what nobody says. 15 to 20 reps when you're cutting. When I was in my first cutting phase, man, I lost so much body fat and put on so much leanness just by eating right and doing high rep exercises because your blood is just rushing through those muscle parts because you're doing a lot of repetitions. And I'm not gonna get into the science of it, but if you're cutting, you should be doing lightweight, high repetitions. Therefore, you cannot be doing the same exercises. Like for example, if you're cutting, what are you doing? Trying to do close grip bench press, for example. Like the king of my tricep workouts is close grip bench press. If you're cutting, what are you doing with close grip bench press? It's a mass exercise to put on mass. You need your strength to be at max when you're doing that exercise. You don't want to do it with a weight that's too light because you won't get much tricep involvement. When you're cutting, you want to do exercises that shape the muscle, So this way, you gotta understand what phase you're in. It'll help you decide, all right, that's gonna eliminate these exercises, so I know what my workout is gonna be composed of. So look at your phase, bulking up, or cutting. When you're bulking, automatically start looking at all the mass building exercises. If you're bulking, if you're cutting, start looking at all the shaping exercises. So you have a big, distinction already. Also, if you're bulking, stay away from machines. That's just my advice. Don't get anal, don't get vaginal. If you're bulking, free weights, dumbbells, or barbells. If you really want to put on that mass. If you're cutting, I would say stay away from barbell and all those heavy ass movements. Focus on just controlling and shaping the muscle. So that already narrows it down, boom, to like the second level. So you already canceled out a lot of exercises. Third thing you want to look at is nutrition has to do with bulking and cutting because your nutrition will vary depending if you're bulking or cutting. If you bulking, obviously you're eating a lot of carbs, so you want to be lifting heavy. If you're cutting, your strength is not at max because you're not eating a lot of carbs, so you can't go too heavy. So be careful with the heavy movements. So that brings you down to the last stage. So basically, whether you're bulking or cutting, let's say you're bulking, for example, and you have a choice for the chest, for example, between all these exercises, right? Make sure no matter what exercise you do, you're doing 3 exercises per body part maximum, not 4, right? 3 exercises per body part. Now, out of those 3 exercises, one of them has to be a king. What I mean by a king, every body group has a king of exercises in that body group. Legs, squats. Back, you got rows, chest, bench press, biceps, you got standing barbell curls. So make sure out of those 3 exercises per body group, at least one of those exercises is a king. This way, especially if you're bulking, so you're getting the mass. You don't want to make the mistake I made. Like I used to try to work out my chest, and I went like 3 months without doing bench press, and my chest fucking suffered, man. When I went back on it, my chest just literally started, getting its 3D on. So make sure you're doing the king of exercises 3 exercises per body group. Hope I didn't confuse you. If you're doing back, you're doing 3 exercises for back. Make sure you got at least 1 king exercise in there. If you're doing legs, make sure you got at least 1 squat, squat routine. And if you're doing shoulders, military press, you know what I mean? Like just do those compound king exercises, at least 1. Don't do 2, please. If you're doing back, don't do barbell rows and then try to go ahead and do, I don't know, what's another king of back exercises? There's so many. But don't overdo it. 1 king, 2 princes. I call them king and princes. So that's the way I look at it. That's the way I work out. This way I'm injury free and I make sure the king of the exercises gives me mass while the other ones just, stretch out the fascia muscle and things like that. But yeah, that's my take on how to, come out with the best program that's gonna fit you is look at your phase, what phase you're in. 2, I forgot what it was, but yeah, 3. Just go back and see the video. Subscribe.